So everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Attack on Titan. But before I talk about this and possible spoilers, here's an artist promotion right here. So please be sure to check out the artist links in the description box, all the fun links to this reaction video. And this episode was a bit a mix of sad, it had some few funny moments, and then more sadness and kind of really cool moments too. Oh man. Getting me wondering so much though, because the main thing though obviously is that Ymir is a Titan. She can become a Titan. Why? I don't know, but she can. Then I wonder also about Rainer and Berthold when they were talking that, well, when Kanye asked Berthold how Rainer was way back, that he was a warrior, but not anymore. What that means. I mean, and though also I find it very funny with Chris and all of that Rainer literally like, marry me. And then Evie, I have a splint in my finger. It's pretty much the same as in a scene in Hot Shot, or is it Hot Shot 2? I don't remember which one of them, where the woman there, she's on a, someone got hurt, so she ripped up part of her skirt, and then the other, like, everyone else is like, oh no, I hurt myself, and she ripping more and more of her skirt and all of that. So that was the instant thought I got from this. So still though, I'm curious about Ymir and Chris's connection, and what the Donkey Kong man's goal is. It's obvious, because it's obvious something about him coming in, and can he make more titles and all of that? It's just mindfuck. How? I don't know, obviously. Then again, I mean, that is that obviously by now it is the only fact we have is that Connie's village, those people turn to Titans. Though I must say, sometimes I feel like I hate this so much, because seeing so many characters dying, it just I really don't like that. You're getting me depressed, man. I know it's supposed to be a dark, rather gruesome world in Attack on Titan, but at the same time, I'm like, it's like when you're reading Berserk, the manga, you feel like, well, at least one thing is sure, is that even if my life is bad, it's not as bad as what these characters and these worlds are. Oh man. Also, I want to thank Computer Worm and the Pirate Talk, because they mentioned that a while back, when I was watching this Attack on Titan, there was this story about a miner that was digging and all of that, and for some reason I didn't get the entire story, and there was a bit of story that was left after that now they shared to me. So I decided I want to read it up here and see what I did miss, because it ended pretty much with the shovel shattered, but the rock was unscathed. The miner zigged, and his zig was deeper than the hole he dug in the previous 20 years. And then it's a bit missing there, so with a frown, his friend questioned the wall. It's weird, isn't it? The miner said, lifting his drink to his lips. Who knew that the wall went so deep underground? The pair sat across from one another at a table in the back of a tavern in a seedy part of town. Most days, the miner would go there with his friend, his only friend, after work. That day, the day after they tried to dig under the wall, they gunned there as usual once the workday was done. And then the miner told his friend a story certain that his friend could keep a secret. Maybe we're surrounded by walls not only above the ground but below ground too, said the miner. Tell me something. What exactly are the walls? His friend cut him off with a cough, glancing around the tavern. The patrons were all busy drinking, hitting in the tavern maid, or yelling at one and another, No one was watching them, but even so, the miner decided not to say another word about it. If anyone heard them, the military police would be there in an instant. Does it really matter, his friend asked. Just keep living here as you always have. You're poor, but you have a job every day and enough money that you can drink. Isn't that enough? Yeah, the miner replied. Yeah, it is. I'll go back digging. In the end, I guess that is my lot in life. But the next day, the miner didn't show up for work. Not the next day, nor the day after that. His friend went to his house many times, but never saw a sign of him. The miner had no relatives, nor other close friends, so there was no one to ask where he might have gone. Unsure what to do, his friend eventually went to the garrison and told them the whole story. The next day, the military police and the garrison organized a large-scale search party. It was a little excessive for one poor miner. Even that miner was a criminal who tried to pass under the wall. His friend couldn't understand why they went so bent on finding him, but they never found a trace of the miner, nor even the pit he dug. And one day, his friend also vanished, never to be seen again. Okay. This didn't really give me any more answers. I mean, to me it sounds like that this miner, he tried to obviously he tried to dig a tunnel so he could get into the nicer town and all of that, and then he's vanished. And either that someone in the tavern heard what this miner was talking about and killed him, maybe, or something like that, or maybe he became something else somehow. I mean, there is obviously so many questions about this. And this miner, I mean, there is something with this. There is something hidden in this story, in this, because first of all, in all of this, you know, in between the breaks, so to speak, there's always discard information, usually showing about the gear, the torches, the horses, and you know, all this kind of stuff. But then this big wall of text just appeared, and I think there is a good reason for that. There is probably a reason for that, why it is like that, but I don't know why yet. When I'm thinking now, when I'm checking through the entire text here, is that the year 784 is almost not 100 years, but at least 60 years before the events that are happening now in Attack on Titan. So this is quite a long time back. It doesn't really give me any answers though, just making me even more convoluted on what the fuck is happening here, what is the meaning of this. It is something obviously, but what is this? I mean, I've been reading a couple of times now and I'm probably just overthinking. There probably is nothing really important in this more than it's just a bit of fluffy filler, but first of all is the mention that how deep these walls go, and then there's a foundation and all of that. Obviously, any wall needs that. Even if it would be made by titans, it's need to be anchored so it can stand stable and all of that. But I still find it a bit weird though, that it's going so deep underground and apparently like bedrock, like that. You know, from I gonna show this image from the ending. Titans rising from the ground. Now this is just a big ass speculation, but, and a big but, what if the fact is that these titans literally are the bedrock and they can rise from the ground because they break from this shell that's keeping them down? It might be just a coincidence, but at the same time this feels like maybe it is. Maybe it is nothing. Maybe I just overthink the shit out of this, but it really makes me think. And I'm still wondering about this miner, what happened with him. Either maybe he did manage to dig himself under the wall, or maybe he died or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm just really curious about this. So I will be back with more Attack on Titan tomorrow. So thank you for watching. See you later on. Have a continued super great day.